Part 1. Winter. Cold snowflakes and pale purple ice crystals drift around the icy figure, trapped in slow motion, too many of them out of place. It makes her want to freeze the world around her, make it stop so she can properly put herself together. She hates having a packed schedule, but the clear water elemental insisted it would be worth her time. The ice elemental pauses a moment before entering Luminous, adjusting a few of the snowflakes and crystals floating around her, moving them to the front of her dome. Luminous is a lovely venue. She generally prefers the larger venues, but she understands why so many elementals like Luminous. The crescent moon layout is unique and works quite well. Cold. The water elemental calls out. "I'm glad you could make it." "I'm glad I could. It's nice to see you," the ice elemental answers easily. "So what is this show I need to see?" "You'll love it. It's called New Spring." The ice elemental resists the urge to leave right then and there. "I've heard whispers about that one," the ice elemental says instead. Whispers enough to know she wants to avoid this show. "No!" the water elemental whines playfully. "I wanted it to be a surprise." "Only whispers," the ice elemental insists. But those whispers with the title, and someone excited to take her to the show, paint an obvious picture. The elementals make their way to the center of Luminous, accompanied by the sounds of popping fizzes, the soft twinkles of icy mists, the hisses of winter dashes, and the gentle chirps of spring days. It's terribly predictable. So terribly predictable. They settle in, order some fizzes themselves, and wait for the show to begin. The ice elemental orders a light shot, while the water elemental orders a winter dash. The water elemental hasn't ordered an icy mist in the ice elemental's presence since their first meeting. The icy figure might have been a bit too brisk with her remarks. She's tried to be a bit warmer since. A winter elemental floats to the center of the stage, and the ice elemental feels the last bit of hope leave her. A flurry of snowflakes covers the winter elemental's core like a cloud. Even though the ice elemental can't see it, she knows it's a spring core. It's exactly the show she was expecting. The actress is a quite skilled emittance stylist. The flurries dance around as though blown by sporadic gusts from all sides. It's a refreshing way to portray nervous energy, especially compared to the spark-like bursts that have become so overplayed recently. Overplayed by inexperienced, lazy, or generally lacking actresses who don't understand why it worked for the storm elemental and doesn't work for them. She appreciates it when actresses understand how to use their style to accentuate their element. It's a difficult skill to master, one she respects. The ice elemental downs a bit of her fizz, letting the light burn within her while her crystals shine. The beginning of the show is a slog, a series of awkward interactions meant to show why one shouldn't hide behind their emittance. None of the other performers are as good as the winter elemental. The fire elemental must be new, given how safe her acting is. There's a silver elemental who is fine, just fine, nothing more to say. And a light elemental who uses those overplayed sparks to show surprise. "That seemed like an overreaction," the water elemental murmurs. The ice elemental shifts some of her own snowflakes and crystals. It's a poorly acted reaction. The show finally begins to shift out of the horrible build-up into a competent climax. Not decent, but competent. The winter elemental is confronted by a friend, presumably just a friend, because the elemental can't be in a romantic relationship while she's hiding a part of herself. The friend is a sand elemental who is clearly the second best actress. She's not impressive, but she's better than the rest of the cast. "This isn't you," the sand elemental insists. "It's not?" Snowflakes flutter around the winter elemental. She doesn't answer. "It's hurting you," her friend continues. "Is it? If she didn't act so fidgety, it wouldn't be a problem." I'm fine, the winter elemental says finally. But you aren't. It's stressing you out. It's the awkward interactions that are stressing her out. The snowflakes begin to fall away, and the audience can see the beginning of some pale blue flowers. The ice elemental is certain that the actress wouldn't have gotten the job if her acting weren't as impressive as it is. A winter elemental with pink, yellow, or even purple flowers, spring-colored flowers, wouldn't need to act as well. I need this. There's a reason it's a part of me. The winter elemental continues. Why would my emittance be different from my core if I didn't need it? That dialogue is horribly clunky. It could have easily been cut. There is a reason, the sand elemental says. But that reason isn't to hide your core. The rest of the snow falls away, and the sweet scent of flowers drifts through the venue. Perhaps that sweetness might have given her the edge if she were a less impressive actress. This is the real you. Is it? Are the cards you're given really more important than how you play them? The ending of the show is bland. The spring elemental meets all the elementals she had met previously, and they all welcome her, embrace her, love her. It's beautiful, isn't it? The water elemental asks, finishing his fizz. Water is softly lapping at the edges of his tendrils. He really enjoyed the performance. The icy figure has barely touched her own fizz. A little rough around the edges, she answers, forcing herself to down a bit of her fizz. But still a solid show. A solid performance. What did you think of the story? The water elemental asks. Predictable, the icy figure answers. Simple. She should say more. But there's something nice about that, isn't there? The ice elemental asks. There is, the water elemental agrees. The ice elemental takes in a bit more of her fizz. Well, he has held off longer than most. May I ask you something? You just did, the ice elemental says playfully. But I suppose I'll allow another question. The water elemental bubbles. It took the water elemental a bit to appreciate the ice elemental's humor, but he has come around. He's one of the few who seem to genuinely appreciate the ice elemental's sense of humor. Is your core ice? The ice elemental adjusts one of her crystals. What do you think? I think so, her acquaintance answers. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure why you would hide your core. But why would you evade the question if you weren't? I like the allure of the mystery. I think you're alluring with or without the mystery. Do you know how much of me is the mystery? I'm flattered you think so.